News 12's Gina Ganello tells us about the Peter Crippen House Preservation Project and gives us a first peek at what the historic home of the former slave may have looked like.
Another huge step for the Peter Crippen House Preservation Project last week, as an anonymous donor has extended his pledge of matching up to $10,000 through March 31st in hopes of expanding an ongoing archaeological study, one that has proved very successful so far.
Phase 1's archaeological study found over 500 artifacts, and so that makes it important enough to go further. And we are going to go further and find more and more artifacts that talk about how people lived back in the 1800s and how they survived and thrived.
The house, lived in by Peter Crippen, a former slave, has been around since the mid-1600s, serving as the town's first mill before being turned into a residency. Originally, the plan was for the controlled demolition and careful preservation of the house, but when a donation came through in 2020, the town of Huntington opted first for an archaeological study.
We want to make sure that anything that's there, any precious memories and part of the Crippen legacy, we can preserve. And then once we do that, we can start looking at what we can preserve of the home.
And as for the 1653 Foundation, who joined the town last year in a crowdfunding campaign for the expanded dig, this project wasn't a hard one to get behind.
That's our mission, to be part of, to highlight and show all aspects of the rich history that is Huntington and preserve those stories, those symbols, and that history.
Now, aside from the anonymous donation of up to $10,000, the foundation says it's raised over $6,000 as it continues to work towards its goal of raising $20,000 to $25,000 in hopes of preserving this historical artifact behind me and possibly even building a museum showcasing its history. In Huntington, Gino Ganello, News 12, Long Island.
And if you'd like to make a donation to that project, you can find a link on our website, news12.com. Go to Numbers and Links.